Hey, what's going on? That just happened. Y'all caught me off guard. All right, so we are going to be talking about orders of protection, gun safes, the potential mass shooter in Chicago, gun safes again, fighting where you are. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things today. I'm going to drop the link. Alex Trabah, what's going on? What's going on, Christina? Mike, what's going on? Jeremy, Joe. I'm going to drop the link. And it's 171 of y'all watching. Man, that's a lot of people. I love y'all. If you have not considered doing so already, please subscribe. Joe, I'm going to drop the link. You are always welcome to come up, okay? Do me a favor, please. Share this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, right? Hit the bell, all that good stuff, all right? We were at 171. It dropped. I kind of figured it was going to fluctuate a little bit. Hey, Sarita, what's going on? K Jax 10. Sorry, I almost said 10. 095. Can you say, hey, Addie? Hey, Addie. What's going on? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. I'll let other people go this time. Let me know if you need more. Todd, it's always good. It's always good. Mia, you said you're in a bad situation. 773-644-5000. 773-644-5000. Text me. 773-644-5000. Do me a favor. Please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. Hit the bell for notifications, stuff like that. That does help with the algorithm and all that good stuff. I'm going to drop the link. We're going to bring people up on the panel because tonight we're going to talk about, orders of protection. And I love, man, last time we went live, had wonderful participation. Marquise Miranda from P6 Firearms Training is going to be joining us as well. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Here we go. What's going on there in the Chicago Precision Service Survival Training? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Friends here. Y'all, this is
because you have to understand that self-defense is a serious business. We do military courses, advanced courses. Make the difference.
One of the tactics that would increase or decrease
in the two-way community.
All right, y'all introduce yourself. Johnny, I saw that, and I've done my share. I'm about to put yours up here too. Ooh, look at that one. My comment is,
I want.
Hey, you be back. Hey.
But no, so Marquise Miranda, P6.
What up? What's going on? Do me a favor, hit the like button, all that great stuff. Show some likes, show some love. It definitely helps with the algorithms and all that stuff. I'm gonna drop the link. You said, how can you book me for an interview on my live? 773-644-5000. Or you can send me an email. What the fuck is my email address? I forgot. I got so many emails. MikeBrownActual@iCloud.com. That's the only one I could think of. What do I think about the pastor getting robbed with all that jewelry? It was fake. I'm going to drop the link. If you want to appear, come on. I dropped the link. I just dropped the link, right? If you want to appear, come on. All right. Now you got to cam up. You got to cam up. You got to cam up. Got to cam up. Got to show your face. Christy in the house. Thank you for being an awesome mod. Thank you for being an awesome mod. As you can see, yes, this is it. Christy, does it show subscriber only chat mode? Does it show subscriber only chat mode? It should. You said if I didn't subscribe, it would not let me chat. Well, then by God, do me a favor. Subscribe. 773-644-5000. I see some stuff coming through. 773-644-5000. 773-644-5000. I think it's on subscriber mode. You might have to hit the subscribe button if you want to chat. Please. Not begging. It's just, you know, what it is. All right. Yeah, the pastor thing was definitely fake. The pastor thing was definitely fake. I see you all in the back channel. Yeah. Jason, what's up, man? You said, do my favor and listen. What's up, Mo? We're going to have a conversation about this. I see you, Jared. I see you, Jason. We're going to have a conversation. Yeah, I saw that. It helps keeps the bots out. Yes. Okay. We are learning. Really what? Oh, I got a badge. Whoop. Yes. What gun haven't you shot that you want to shoot? That's a great question. That's a great question. We're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that. Okay. So I'm going to go on ahead. What's going on, Kay? I dropped the link. I'm adding you to here. What's going on, Jason? What's going on, Jared? Young puppy.
How goes it?
What's going on? All right. So I'm going to go on ahead and start this video. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in fucking forever, Par. What's up, man? Shit.
I thought you'd recognize me.
You said what?
I figured you'd recognize me once you saw me.
Yeah, hell yeah. I haven't seen you in forever, dude. What's going on, man? Shit. Good deal. Good deal. All right. So let's go on ahead and talk about this situation. We're going to talk about an order of protection situation. Todd, what's going on, man?
I'm out, man. How's it going?
Outstanding, outstanding. Who else is coming to the stream? Was it Kevis? I don't want to mess your name up.
Kevis.
Kevis, that's all right. Don't get me messing your name up and shit.
Are you good?
All right, what's going on? Hey, I'm watching it right now. I only see 44 likes, 44 likes. Could y'all do a friend a favor? If we can go on ahead and get up to 60 likes or more, 60 likes or more, that would be awesome. All right, I'm definitely going to answer the questions and stuff like that. But let's go on ahead and get to this story. So we are going to talk about a situation that happened in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia. Hey, Ali, we'll go on ahead and add you to the stream and stuff like that. Mother of 6 stabbed to death in West Philly had an order of protection against the fiance who was charged. We'll go on ahead and watch this, and then we'll talk about it. Her name is Ashley Lockhart. Definitely something that we should talk about because on this page, we talk about a lot of protection, a lot of self-protection and stuff like that. And an order of protection isn't going to be enough. Let's go with it.
6 little girls don't have a mom tonight. Ashley Lockhart was found stabbed to death inside a van in West Philadelphia. Her fiancé, who she had a restraining order against, has been charged with her murder. A vigil was held tonight, and Eyewitness News reporter Alicia Roberts was in attendance. Alicia.
Yuki, good evening to you. Ashley Lockhart is just the latest victim in a growing trend of violence against women. Tonight, out of respect for her children, her family asked us not to film a balloon release in her honor in its entirety. Green and white balloons painted the sky Monday night to honor a young life tragically cut short. Police found Ashley Lockhart with multiple stab wounds to the neck and arm sitting in the passenger seat of a Honda Odyssey minivan shortly before 8:30 a.m. Saturday morning. The van was parked at the corner of 53rd and Chestnut Streets. Less than an hour later, 34-year-old Raymond Thompson turned himself in for his fiance's murder. Video shows Thompson walking into a convenience store before getting back into that van, who stopped it before the attack. Sources say Thompson believed Lockhart was cheating on him. According to the district attorney's office, Lockhart had a protective order against Thompson, although the pair was living together.
This particular victim obviously did the right thing. For some reason, she was back with this man in that particular van. I don't know the circumstances of that. I don't know why that was. But sadly enough, she's not going to be here to tell us what happened.
Lockhart leaves behind 6 daughters. A fundraising page calls them her 6 charms. The oldest is 10, the youngest just 5 months. Philadelphia police data show crimes against women have been trending up. So far this year, 189 women have been murdered. That's double the number for 2018 in full. Thompson has been charged with murder tonight. He remains behind bars without bail. He is expected to return to court later this week. We're live outside police headquarters. Alicia Roberts, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Alicia.
All right. Thoughts? Oh, y'all quiet?
Or are you saying just like anybody can throw it out there?
Anybody? Yeah. This is open forum.
Okay. We all have the impression and we all have the understanding that a PPO is nothing but a piece of paper. Most women, when they get put into those situations, and unfortunately she lost her life the same way most women lose their lives against those abusers, is because they're programmed and conditioned to keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's going to change. Maybe he's going to realize I got 6 daughters, with him. Maybe he's going to change and love me for whatever. Most of the time, they don't leave until something drastic happens. And this is the ultimate of the drastic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So until most women change their mindset when it comes to these type of individuals, then this will continue to be, It's my 2 thoughts.
Sure.
2 cents.
What do you think could lead a person to get with someone who could just flip out just like this?
Sometimes it's just like a controlling aspect. Some people like to be controlled. Some people like to control. It just spirals out of control. Some people like.
Okay. So I'm looking at just the comments here as well. Why don't the men just leave? Thoughts, go.
Why don't the men just leave?
Yeah. Why don't the men just leave?
Most men who are control freaks will never leave somebody who's under their thumb.
Yeah.
They're never going to leave that.
That's what they crave.
It's a psyche thing. That's their power.
They've already worked their way into having someone under their control, so why would they start over and have to go through the same processes with someone else?
Okay.
It's what they're looking for. They're not going to leave it.
Right. When you're the head. Why would you leave anything that's underneath you?
Okay. I'm looking at some of the comments here. Espen Alexander said, I don't know, but me would never commit a murder. It's sad that this is going on every day. People are getting killed. Mo says men that nest under women don't just leave. It's their life. Identify. Do you mean identify or identity and control? Mike McGrew says, as if it goes as far as to get a PPO, which is I'm assuming a personal protection order. Every jurisdiction calls it differently.
Yeah.
Then it had to be a bad situation. So why subject yourself to a greater danger? I kind of thought that was identity. Technically 5493 is men have to be very careful who we choose to live our lives and have children with. I tell all my nephews to be very wise with the women they are with. Anybody else thoughts? I got a couple, but I always talk. So
I know I'm seeing this in Jackson, Mississippi. It seems like every other week or so, there's a woman that's the victim of some type of violent crime. I know a couple of months ago, it was a pregnant woman. And I just try to, I on my social media platforms, I try to express to women that, you got to be able to protect yourself. Our police force is spread extra thin. We are going through a blue flu. We have poor leadership where they really don't have any support. They're probably the lowest paying police force in the nation. So with all those combined, plus we are leading the country in homicides, you got to be able to protect yourself. Now, I'm not saying Don't put your paperwork in place. I think she did the good thing by doing the PPO and things of that nature, but still, you got to take those extra steps as far as that the average response times for police response is about 11 to 12 minutes, and when you know that combined into the environment that we're in, where it's going to take even longer, why not take those extra steps to get some type of self defense training, whether that's involving a gun or hand-to-hand combat. So that's one of those things that I preach adamantly on my platform.
Outstanding. Anybody
For the
else?
people,
Go ahead.
from the people I know who I've experienced that with, like friends, they always seem to put too much trust in a piece of paper. The piece of paper is not going to stop them. It's just there so if something minor happens, you have a way to go back on it, and there is some repercussions depending on what happens in your jurisdiction. But you can't rely on that to keep you safe. You have to go further. You have to take other steps. You have to distance yourself, protect yourself. I mean, just a piece of paper is not going to do nothing.
Okay. Here we go. Kristen, first of all, I want to read Marla's comment, and then we're going to go down to Kristen. Teach your sons how to receive rejection at an early age. That's true, but I'll sit there and say this. Those of you all who have followed me, you already know that I talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and trauma things all the time. So when I talk about that, if you're what's your why? What's your reason for getting into this relationship with this person? And I hate to say it, but if you are, I'm going to share with you a story, and I'll try to make it as short as I can. I was walking into a snack shop in a community that I support, and in that snack shop there was a young couple. And it was obvious they were a couple because they were kind of showing a little bit more. We all been there. You know what that means, that young couple shit. So, and it seems like they were talking about, fucking couple shit. They ended up talking about having a kid or something like that. And so I just blurted out, don't do that. You're going to fuck your life up. And they were like, well, what would make you say that? So I sat there and I was like, yeah, you two talking about, having a child. You look like you're from trauma. You look like you were from trauma. And he was like, well, what would make you say that? I said, because you can kind of see it when you see it. I hear the things that you all are saying, talking about having children at an early age. It just looks like you all were from trauma. He was like, yeah, you're not wrong. And he was like, what do you see when you see me? I said, I see a young man with promise who's dealing with a young girl with promise, and you both got promise, but you both are probably trauma bonding. You've been through a lot of stuff when you were young. Nothing new is under the sun, especially in our community and other communities too. You're going to mess around and mess your life up by having that child because life hasn't tested your gangster enough. And you're going to end up having a child when you're not ready. And if you have that child when you're not ready, whatever trauma you've been through that you shouldn't have had to go through. You shouldn't have had to go through that trauma from your mom, from your dad. He was like, yeah, because we're homeless. I said, who could have guessed? But whatever trauma you went through that you didn't deserve, when life tests your gangster and your kids apply pressure to your life, you're going to put that same trauma on them because you haven't learned anything different.
You don't know how to change it. You don't know how to grow out of it.
Change it. And you might not even have eyes for the trauma that you've been through.
Right.
And so I'm glad that I was just in the place to be able to have that discussion. And they walked away. You could tell they kind of took it. Who knows if they're going to do anything with it? But I wish somebody had said that shit to me. Like, y'all don't know, one of the guys on the panel, Parr, we were in the military together. He remembers he probably doesn't remember too much, but I was in the barracks. Then 1 minute, I'm out the barracks, fucking married and shit off base. It was the worst mistake ever. But trauma bonding is what got me in that position where I'm sitting here getting married and shit. Not ready for the shit at all. And I hate to say it, the military and other places are harbingers, if I'm using that word correctly, for quick, fast, quick fixes, like quick marriages. And you find yourself getting into something with these false expectations that this other person will be there. This other person will, and I'm going to read to the comments. I'm going to read the comments in a minute, but I'm on a roll. Y'all, if you know me, you know. Welcome Marquise to the room. He's another instructor. If you all have followed, y'all do me a favor. Marquise just started. I don't know if you just started your channel. Go over to P6 Firearms Training, please. If you value him, do not forget, I'm going to keep saying it throughout this channel, follow his channel. Hit that subscribe button because he always offers extreme value to this channel. So I can't do it without shouting him out. But I'm going to say my little thing and then I yield. Just when you think you're going to do something different, just when you think this person's going to be with you forever, they haven't even been with themselves forever. You haven't even been with yourself forever. You think about the marital vows, have and hold, sickness and in health, good times and the bad, rich and poor. If you've always been poor and never been rich, you barely have yourself when you poor. If it's always been bad times, how the fuck do you know you're not even with yourself during those bad times? So you can't even hold yourself to those vows, but then you expect the other person to be with you when they haven't been pressure tested and you haven't been pressure tested. And so those unreasonable expectations, I'll say this and I'm done with it. Those unreasonable expectations fuel unreasonable emotions. Those unreasonable emotions fuel irrational behavior. He killed her because she cheated on him. But only one of those kids I saw was his. The rest of them belonged to someone else. You just, fuck. What did you expect? I yield. What's your thoughts?
Did the story say that she cheated on him or he thought she cheated on him?
He thought, and we don't even know if she did. But all it takes is a thought to trigger past traumas. Oh, so you're not going to be with me? My mama left. My daddy left. Fuck it. Wow. And that's it. It's just one snap. One snap. I think the baby was his. The rest of the other 5, I don't think were his. And a great percentage of people are just one major life event away from doing it.
See, going to that comment that said, why don't y'all just teach men at an early age to accept rejection?
Yeah.
Right? Men get rejected more than anybody on the planet in our early years. How many girls have you tried to holler at and they all just walking down the street when you're walking and downtown and, oh, she cute. Oh, can I get your number? No, I got a boyfriend. You walk through somebody you tried to talk to on a job. No, I got a husband. I got a boyfriend. Like, men get rejected all the time. That comment really wasn't, where this is. This was on some emotionally disturbed situation where old boy probably couldn't control his emotions. The fact of, I just had a baby with this chick.
Well, you know what?
She might have.
Let me check.
You know what I mean?
I think all 6, everybody is saying all 6 are his. Let's just assume all 6 are his, right? Here, let me say a statement, and I want to know your thoughts on it, because there are people who are going to be watching this, even if they're not watching it now, because it's a deep topic. Insecurity plus insecurity does not create security. And sometimes when you have a fractured family, you try to create a family to replace what you should have had as a kid. Thoughts?
That's exactly correct. Kids can grow up in a broken home and experience trauma, like you said, and whenever they have their own family and their own situation, they were taught at an early age that, oh, this is how families are supposed to go, and they don't know any better. And then they end up doing exactly the same thing that they witnessed whenever they were growing up.
It's normal to them.
Yep, that's the only thing that they know. No one ever taught them any better, and it's just, it's a cycle.
Yeah. And that's why you're asking the question, Do we know why she put the restraining order on him? What were the circumstances? We won't really know why she put the restraining order on him. We won't really know what those circumstances were. But restraining orders don't really solve the problem. They don't. They don't. And I hate to say it, but I got to go on a. Anybody else got anything to say before I go on this little small rant? Go ahead, Marquise. Because
I can now. I had to catch my breath. I'm literally coming from jiu-jitsu class, so that's why I was like, I ain't saying a word. Y'all can preach your piece. So restraining orders, we all know, are just like, what's the best way I can put this while being nice? Restraining orders are like no concealed carry signs. Is that the best? That's the best way I can put that.
Yeah.
It only works in someone's mind. It don't work in reality. You know, restraining order, and I've literally dealt with other people who are in my other profession, which is executive protection, who have said people putting a restraining order on the person actually made matters worse. Where they could just,
certain time, yeah.
Yeah, it made it worse because, like, for example, it was a case years ago where literally the person was just watching the woman and having the relationship in his head. He never once approached her, never once attacked her, never once did anything. He had a relationship with her in his head. She found out that he was looking and watching her. She found out. And she felt creeped out, restraining order. In his mind, you just divorced him.
Rejection.
Yeah, rejection.
So what you're dealing with, in my opinion, and again, that's what this is all about. It's all about opinions. The average person does not understand or know coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms are real. And I think it was Mike was in Texas. And I was like, yo, I want to go live real quick. I messaged him and my buddy Quinn. I was like, yo, I want to go live real quick because this was something I really thought about. Was a lot of stuff you see right now involves coping mechanisms, rejection. Whether you want to, I mean, again, we can blame guns, we can blame violence, we can blame everything. But I'm sorry, everything comes down to their ability to cope with the situation. I feel like this. And again, I'm only a little bit off topic, but not far. Okay, just bear with me. When we talk about coping mechanisms, I want y'all to understand something. You're dealing with a time now where people feel a certain way and want to look and act a certain way, and they want you to accept it. Okay, okay. Follow me. Just take the trip with me. Okay, I'm a parent who wants to embrace my child's changes. If they want to start wearing the dark glasses and the dark makeup and everything else, but now that same behavior gets them picked on in school. Okay? Or they decide they want to wear a dress and that behavior gets them picked on in school. I'm like this. And this is why I say it's going to circle back to what I'm talking about. If I taught my kid about how they felt like they were different and want to be different, why not teach them how to defend themselves? So when they do get their ass kicked because you didn't teach them, now that coping mechanism says, let me shoot people. Let me stab people. Because I don't understand why they want to whoop my ass. Because I didn't teach my kid how to cope with the fact you're different and I want to embrace your differences, but let me also give you the tools to deal with how people are going to treat you based on your differences. And let me let you understand how to defend yourself, which leads to coping with the fact that you're not like everybody else, coping with the fact that the girl you like might not like you, coping with the fact that your girl went out and cheated on you. You understand that there's more fish in the sea. Let me not blow this fucking female's face out the water. Again, people need to learn how to cope. I'm not gonna say we because my kids know better. I'll put them in a hole fast. I'm sorry. I raised them, but in the words of the Cosby Show, I brought you in this world.
I take you out.
Those are my responsibility. Now, when you're looking at the fact that literally, you're even dealing with the times now that people who run this country can't take responsibility for their actions. But we expect adults right now to understand that she stepped out. Maybe I need to just leave her alone, and you go about your business. I go about my business. You live your life. I live my life. It's about the kids, kick rocks, more fish in the sea. But no, you want people to understand how to cope with stuff when no one won't go get help. There's this commercial my wife points out to me all the time where they show this dude lifting, he bench pressing, and the bench is on his chest. And the guy was like, hey, man, you need some help? And the dude's like, man, you don't understand my family, dude. Because in certain cultures, going to get psychological help is frowned upon. When in other people's cultures, they're like, yo, maybe you should go talk to somebody about this. But again, how do you expect people to cope when you don't have examples of people taking responsibility, including the people y'all keep putting in office? So again, it's a perpetual cycle of do as I say, not as I do, but make sure you understand you are your own person. We've had this conversation multiple times. Know who you are. Know who you are. Don't measure your life by someone else's ruler. I'm going to say that for you one more time. Don't measure your life by someone else's ruler. If they got that yardstick, they got a yardstick for whatever reason they have it. If your relationship isn't going like, oh God, what was his name? Like Mr. Huxtable and Mrs. Huxtable.
Yeah.
That's a ruler that was created for you to understand that Black people in relationships can be more than waitresses and this, that, and the other. They showed a doctor and a lawyer. They were the example. They weren't the goal. I digress.
No, you're doing good, man. It's crazy. It really is. It really is. Here's my little rant. So I'm about to, due to the graphic nature of, your ears, listener discretion is advised. These are the words of Mike and Mike alone, unless everybody else join. Look, ladies, if something really happens, I mean, we're talking about orders of protection. We're talking about, you going to get training and you're going to die. I mean, I'm just going to go right there for hit you right in between the spot, because I keep getting you all on the range to renew your concealed carry licenses. And when it comes down to the basic skills, we're not talking about Kill Bill type shit, just the basic skills of racking the slide, inserting the mag, shit. What do you all want? It's like you go get the shit, you go get the training just to have it. You don't do anything with it. I don't get it. Maybe I lost my fire just that.
No,
most of them are satisfied with learning. The way I teach my class is real simple. We're teaching you the ABCs. We are not putting together 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 10-letter words. I'm teaching you the ABCs. Now it's time for you to go out there and learn how to put sentences together. Now it's your job to go and read the dictionary. I'm just going to teach you the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. Most sisters get stuck. They get stuck with thinking that they know, and they don't know. They don't get other training. They don't put themselves out there. They don't go study anymore. All they know is, I took my class. I learned how to do this. I know how to shoot. You can't tell me nothing.
And it goes deeper than that, because you have to understand, this is why I literally ask in my classes, what is your goal? What are you trying to learn from me in the time that I have you? What are you trying to learn? And let's make sure that it's something that is feasible, tangible, and realistic.
Right.
If it's not one of those, if it's not all three of those, I want to shoot like John Wick. Shit, in a 16-hour course, I can get you Juan Wick.
Fucking Demetrius Wick.
Right. Juan Wick.
Y'all got 16 hours. Y'all got 16. In Michigan, we only got 8. I got 1 day.
Right. So the thing is that people look at their concealed carry as a goal when they don't realize it's the beginning. And you have, and I'm sorry, we as instructors have to break that down. We got to break that down. Concealed carry is not a goal. Yes, it's a thing you want. Yes, it's a thing you want to attain. But my problem is this: don't come to look for me for a concealed carry course when you're already in danger. That's what pisses me off. Well, I'm like, yeah, they do have a way of expediting. Okay, let's make sure. I thought I heard.
About to say, you hear some shit? Let's go.
Oh, dude, I'm grabbing a sword. I'm not even gonna shoot.
Look, all of us all did the same thing. We looked in his direction and was like, "Wait a minute, what's going on?
It's going down. Come on,
no. I grabbed
Stay live, Mike. You got to record everything."
I know.
Hey, again, I'm grabbing a sword. I'm not finna shoot nobody. You finna find out the hard way that you should definitely mess with other people's houses. But anyway, I digress. What I was saying was this, man. Simply put, know who you are. Why are you coming to the class? Yes, they do have expedited ways. If your life is in danger, of expediting FOIA cards, of expediting. See, I'm down for that. If you turn off the noise.
I'm gonna turn off the noise. Hold on.
Yeah, if you get rid of the noise, I'm down. I don't want nobody to know they're gonna get popped. In the name of Jesus. But anyway, so, and you didn't help out either that we saw it fail twice. So anyway,
you gotta put it in the wrong way. You gotta put it in the hole the right way.
You gotta jiggle a little bit.
Oh my God.
Ain't got no hair around it. Is that what it is, Mike? Is that what it was? Ain't got no hair around it?
No, keep going, Marquise.
You know why you're single now.
The thing is that they do have ways of expediting all this stuff, but stop waiting till you're in trouble to look for help. I've told people this when it even comes to like religion. You know, you got people who use Jesus as a genie. Every time you looking for something, oh, I prayed so hard for it. Get off your ass and go do something.
Work for it.
Go work for it. It's not going to come to you because you rubbed on that lamp. Stop treating religion and the God you worship as lamps. Oh, God got me through this. My bill got paid. Did it get paid magically, or did your ass have some money and you paid that bill? So stop seeking help when you yourself need to understand it's up to you. You got to get that help. You got to find that instructor, or that instructor eventually pops up. You got to go out there and go train beyond the first day, the second day, and the third day of your concealed carry training. You got to go research which insurance is best for you. You got to research which holster is best for you. You got to research which round is best for your gun. We can advise you. Because we know that certain rounds through smaller barrels are still full metal jackets. We can advise you on this stuff. But who does it all end up on? You. And again, we're here for questions. I love questions. I tell people there's no such thing as stupid questions, only stupid people. Now, I'm glad y'all let that ride. So, and what I mean by that is literally the stupid people who don't ask questions.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I don't want to embarrass myself by asking something stupid. You stupid for thinking you want to embarrass yourself by asking something. I slipped up and said that today because it's only my second jiu-jitsu class. I was like, well, I want to make sure of something. There's no striking, right? And I'm sorry if that's a dumb question. The whole class turned around and said, no. That's not dumb. And we're glad you asked, because we rather you ask before we get on top of you and you smack us in our rib cage really hard and we start coughing up blood.
But you big as shit, though. So I'm glad you asked.
But and there's nothing wrong with asking.
Right.
I promise there's nothing wrong with asking. And yes, it is one of those things where certain people don't want to get on the mat with me. I'm like, dude, I'm a beginner. I'm not going to hurt you. But guess how you're going to understand that? You got to talk. What is it that you're trying to understand? What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? Why are you coming to Mike? Why are you coming to Ali? What? Wait, all of us are instructors, right?
Ali
So let me
Joe,
rephrase that.
Marquise.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
You all are instructors, whether you know it or not.
Yes.
Whether or not you have the license to teach is something totally different. You're all instructors. You've taught someone something, even if it was how to make minute rice. You've taught somebody something, okay? So don't let a title think you are not an instructor. If you know what the hell you're talking about and you're safe, you a damn instructor. Don't get it twisted. So you're all instructors. You are literally a representation of what you want people to do. If I see you at the range spinning the gun on your finger, that's a representation people are going to see you doing, and they're like, oh, well, that's okay. So you have to look at this stuff. What are your students looking for? If their lives are in danger, you have to have that talk. I'm sorry, restraining orders are great if you have a backup plan. Restraining orders are amazing if you got a 9mm backup plan, a 40 cal backup plan, a 45 caliber backup plan, a 12 gauge backup plan, a 7.62 by 39 backup plan. If you have a backup plan for the restraining order, I'm with you 100%. But if you think that piece of paper gonna stop something, just put me in your wheel so I can get some free shit. Because I like free shit. I love free shit. I'll tell everybody tell you that. I love free shit.
Like he was saying, it's people live in their own kind of world where it's like, oh, this happened on the news. That didn't happen around here. That wouldn't happen to me. Oh, that happened the town over. That wouldn't happen to me. I have this just in case it happens, but it would never happen to me. So they don't go and get the training that they need so that they would be able to handle that situation if it were to ever happen to them.
Am I assuming that's Jared Young Puppy talking?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, can you is there a reason why your camera is on your eyes? Are you
I have to set up where I can see you guys. Sorry.
Okay, I was just asking because the thing is, if you on what do you want to call that? If you're on what is it called? Protective under what is it called? The
you talking about WITSEC?
WITSEC.
You're on WITSEC, bro. You're on the wrong.
You're on WITSEC. You ain't supposed to be here.
Everybody see this.
Talk about. I just believe that y'all need to understand.
It's all good.
But no, he's absolutely right. Yeah, the expectations are false. Very false expectations.
Mm-hmm. One of the things my old instructor used to say, he says, you do not rise to the occasion.
Yes.
You sink to your level of
Mike, I
training.
want to know that your audio drops out
So,
when you're trying to listen through the phone.
You're fine, Christy. It's all good. Absolutely.
Yeah,
all right.
Can we talk? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, can we talk about the trend of constitutional carry, where now everyone thinks that since they have constitutional carry in their state, that means that they don't have to go out and get any training. They can just go out and buy their own firearm, carry it around like a cowboy or a concealed carry it, and the effects or how dangerous it is because of constitutional training. People aren't forced, I guess you would say, to take training to get a concealed carry permit.
You just opened it up, so go right ahead.
See, I'm about to say you just opened it again.
Go ahead.
I see it as two different ways. Like it's a good thing, right? Like we it's a step in the right direction as far as faith community or what have you. But I also see the dangers of it. Like if you're not going to force anybody to take a driver's test, then they're not going to go out and get a what you call this the driving classes or what have you. If you don't force people to take a firearms test, they're less likely to go out and sign up for a firearms class. And I feel like it can come back later on, like years later, and bite us in the butt, because then they could say, well, look at all these we passed this constitution,
untrained individuals,
and all these people shootings, guns, and now you have people who are shooting innocent people trying to defend someone or defend themselves and things. It'll fluff the negative talking point against the Second Amendment and the right to carry arms. And I feel like it's kind of like an entrapment, if you will. But that could be my paranoia also.
I feel like
you're not alone.
No, so I say like this. responsible gun owners are going to seek training even if they have constitutional carry. That's what I'm going to say. Responsible gun owners are going to seek training even though they have constitutional carry. Because we already know, and again, this is the NRA quote, but we already know ignorance and carelessness are the two main causes of firearm incidents. Ignorance and carelessness have always been the two main causes. We look at carelessness, it's always about the attitude. Well, I've been around guns my whole life, and I was raised with a gun, and when I came out the womb, I had a gun in my hand. And then when I was in the crib, I had a gun in my hand. Then when I went to the toilet, I had a gun in my hand. When I was potty trained, I had a gun in my hand. When I took my first steps, I had a gun in my hand. And then they'd be the first ones to shoot the damn selves. Well, what had happened was I had a gun in my hand.
I am the only one certified in this room to carry this. To carry this weapon.
Accidental discharge to start with. I've been with my firearms for years. I know what I'm doing.
Yep. And it'd be those people who've been around their firearms for years. And shoots him in the leg. Right. Because it's the firearm's fault.
A 40 cal right through the foot.
Yeah, and it's the firearm's fault because the firearm went off because that's how firearms work. They go off by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
The firearm's fault because it actually worked the way it was supposed to.
Right. It was cleaned properly, and the trigger pulled itself.
Right.
Because it's always the gun's
it assaulted
fault.
Me.
The firearm assaulted him.
The firearm assaulted me.
I synced it. Synced.
What are you all doing for safes?
Which one?
I ain't got no kids in the house.
Gun safes.
I ain't got no kids in the house.
My wife, I've already told the wife the safe that I want is going to cost me about a stack. So I had a major repair on my truck. I drive trucks for a living, and then I make jewelry. I teach classes. I do stuff like that. But the one I wanted was that modular tall one, and then that one Mike is showing off right now.
I wanted
one of those.
My bedside's not that quick.
Yeah.
You said what?
My bedside's not that quick. I do need to get something quicker. But I've got like 3 different safes depending on which ones and how big and where I need them and where I want them. And so I have safes in my car.
Yeah.
In case you can't carry into a building. I got someplace I can actually lock it up and not just leave it under the seat. So I got a bunch.
So
yeah, the smaller one's for the car.
Yeah.
But not the big one yet.
Yeah. I got 4 different safes that came from Max Safes. Those of you all watching on YouTube, the link is in the bio. I like this safe. I'm going to promote it. I'm going to promote the crap out of it. Here's the reason why I like this safe. And you all check me, please. Have you all had biometric safes fail?
Pop out. I'll get right back in.
You said you get right back in. What happened? Who said that? I heard somebody say I'm going to get right back in. How far in are you going? Answer that question. All right. Maybe you won't get off live so you can get back to me. I'll get right back in. I don't know if that's what it was, but keep going. So you said you need a and a safe, Jasmine. Okay. Here we go. With this, that was Joe. Let's pray for Joe. All right. Biometric safes, I've had them fail on me. And the reason I had them fail on me is because sometimes you can have blood, sweat, things on your hands and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily fail too well. Doesn't necessarily go too well. Have you all heard of vein pattern recognition?
On your TikTok.
Not until I saw your YouTube.
Go ahead, Marquise. Go ahead. What happened?
You don't give me to say a word. Vein pattern. So I'm sorry. I had the word vein pattern. My wine went dark.
Oh, God.
No, not that vein. No.
But that whole little bit too small. So
that's a shame. We got a bunch of men on the doggone panel, and we
primitive as hell, dude. I'm sorry.
Now you said yes, and biometric safes fail always when you need them the most. So what do you think this safe is doing? Do you think I'm touching the glass?
Can't tell. That's how I would think.
Right. Well, let me show you. Here we go.
Right, it looks like right. I was about to say it looks like a whole space. You got to stick your whole finger in.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't see the glass because the glass is all the way at the bottom, but it's scanning up to scan the veins that are in your hand, the veins that are in your finger. And just like fingerprints, we all have our own individual vein pattern. And so that's what this is doing. This is recognizing the patterns that are in your vein. But I'm glad this is not the only method of entry, because you also have. Now I'm not saying keep the code for that, but then you also got key as a backup too.
Ain't no damn key for backups. Y'all know better than that.
I'm not doing no damn key. I'm just saying.
Ain't nobody got time for
that. Do me a favor.
Ain't nobody got time for a key.
Do me a favor. You got a cup of water next to you?
I do.
Can you just put your finger in a cup of water real quick? I just want to see what happens if your hand is wet. Will it still work?
Sure.
Right, if your hand, okay, so if it's cold
We're
water.
not gonna use water. We're gonna use this because I didn't drink it. I didn't drink it. I mean,
If it's cold, like okay, if it's cold, you know, but
it's warm.
if it's cold, won't your veins shrink?
Let's find out. Let me go get some ice. Y'all talk.
So just so you realize, just so you just joined the show, we're talking about vein recognition and ice.
Yep.
Finger vein recognition.
On your finger.
On the finger. So in a minute, Mike is going to come back with some soft music and some candles. So we're talking about vein recognition and ice cubes.
An ice cube.
Oh yeah. Hold my smoke. Oh yeah.
Marquise, are you in Illinois also?
I'm in Illinois, yeah.
Illinois. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm from Detroit. Like, listen.
I understand, but I'll help you out on that one. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
He ain't the only person that do that. He's in Illinois. All right. So is this Marquise? Is this still good? I'm putting ice on here.
Yeah, that should be good. It's not melting or nothing, but yeah.
No, it is. It's
yeah, because not to be funny, I always do. I have to see the moisture. Oh God, I hate to say it out loud.
Don't say it.
Okay, the moisture test. Okay,
Yeah.
The moisture test. Like, say for example, you're coming out the shower, you're coming out the bathtub, or you just got done working out and you got to hurry and put your finger in the.
William ain't shit. Look at it.
On your phone or something.
Okay. Marquise just got Mike to get his finger wet. So see? Oh my God!
Here's the whole response. That is
hold on.
not right.
Oh, shit. Hold on. It's cold as fuck. All right. Oh, here we go. It's wet. All right. Oh!
All right.
I'm in.
Right.
It took it wet.
Yeah. See,
Cold and wet. Cold and wet.
Oh my God.
Cold and wet. Okay.
Once again, everybody, if you just joined, we're talking about using a safe with a wet finger.
That's it.
Wet cold finger.
Wet cold. Finger.
Right. Wet cold. Now, for those of you all who's watching by YouTube, I do have the link. It's 30% off. I do have a link in the description. So if you want to think about getting one, whatever, you can go check it out.
Is it set for multiple people also?
You can register. Shit, this is cold. You can register. You can register 50 vein patterns in it.
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
The link is in the description. So if y'all go to the description, you could, purchase it. And this is not the only safe. They got 3 others. I got all 3. I got all 4 actually. So I'm going to do reviews on all 4. Yeah. And all 4 have key, touchpad, and the glory hole.
Got to practice all of them.
Oh my God. it's you're in trouble. That's
Listen,
not what this is.
you just opening up all kind of doors.
I know.
Is it battery operated?
It is.
And does it buzz when you get
Wait,
in?
time
It
out.
does.
Hold on. I'm gonna play.
Oh my God.
Is it lithium battery, like rechargeable, or is it?
Here we go. Now,
Mhm.
this one takes AA. The bigger one that takes more than 2 guns, that takes AAA. I use the Energizer lithium batteries. You cannot go to the dollar store and get the cheap batteries and complain when the battery doesn't last long.
Hey, bro, Singer batteries are amazing. Okay.
Oh my God, y'all are something else. Hey. Shit.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
So, and you were actually the person that I wanted to ask this question to, Mike. I've been watching you for a while. You know, I really appreciate the work that you do, and I admire the work that you do with the enthusiasm that you have, right? So I recently became an instructor with USCCA. Been an instructor with other organizations, and I did some security work for years. I did, some EP work, stuff like that.
Yeah.
With an instructorship in Illinois, no S, I heard that you guys can get a non-resident CPL. So I've been doing my research because with Michigan, ours is good in 32 states. And Illinois is the only one that's not. It's the red in all of the blue. You know what I mean? So I've heard that you guys can get a non-resident CPL, concealed pistol license.
In other words, if you as a Michigan resident want to get an Illinois,
yes,
no, you can't. Here's the reason why. First of all, Illinois, there are 4 states that they might consider it. Now 6? Okay. 6 states. Thanks, Marquise. 6 states that they might consider it. Might. But the training has to be comparable to or comparable to Illinois. And the fact that you all only have 8, don't get me wrong, there's quality in your 8, but Illinois doesn't care.
No, not for reciprocity. Not for reciprocity.
But to teach.
But no, not even for teaching.
Right.
What I read was as a non-resident, I can come, take your classes and your courses. It's a $300 charge. You have to turn in your like my concealed pistol license here. I have to turn it in with my application and all of that.
No.
Nah.
So you can't. So they're not doing that.
No.
They never have. So I'm gonna tell you right now, the 6 states that we have a non-resident concealed carry license with is Arkansas, Idaho, Mississippi, Nevada, Texas, or Virginia.
Not for Mississippi.
Mississippi is
Okay,
one of them.
When I visited Chicago before my visit, I called U.S. Law Shield. I'm part of U.S. Law Shield, and
that's where you went wrong.
PTA.
Sorry,
that's where you went wrong.
Sorry,
you talked to someone who ain't an instructor for Illinois. As an instructor for Illinois, I'm telling you, there are 6 states that we allow to do non-resident Illinois concealed carry.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood you. Yeah. I'm thinking you saying y'all had reciprocity with.
Hell no, we have reciprocity with nobody.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's my
no,
bad.
We don't like nobody.
That. So say that one more time.
So we have 6 states that are allowed to take a non-resident course for Illinois concealed carry. Now,
that's what I wanted to know.
Have the ability to take our course and apply for the Illinois concealed carry, but just remember, within those 6 states, even though they have the ability to do it, they are charged double. So if Illinois is that important to somebody within those 6 states, and they want to spit out that $300, by all means, go for it. I just don't see it as a purpose unless you come to Illinois often.
Yep.
Well, for me, like I said, I drive trucks, number 1. And number 2, I do the festivals. The African festivals that are all over Illinois. Taste of Randolph, stuff like that. I do
You
the
do the
festivals all
security
over.
there?
No, I'm a jeweler.
Oh, so in other words, you're there for the festivals.
Yeah.
You're a vendor.
A vendor.
Right.
Right. So
Okay,
I literally hit Chicago driving. I used to hit Chicago 2 to 3 times a week. And for the festivals, I was there 6 to 8 times a year.
So the blessing on the driving side of the house is you can be locked and loaded in your car as long as you're licensed in your state.
Yes.
So you're good there.
Right.
It's you doing the festivals, you better grab some nunchucks or a knife.
Got the knife.
Or nunchucks. I like nunchucks too.
Nunchucks are legal in there?
They're not. I'm sorry. They're not. My bad.
Listen, don't get me. You know, we always kung fu kids. You know,
Exactly. We all had the
we was all Bruce Lee.
Have.
Right.
What happens if you just tie 2 knives together?
All right.
Would that be
Let me ask. I'm sorry. Somebody talk.
I heard somebody said tied 2 knives together.
That's your man, Young Puppy. That's what he said. What happens if you just tie 2 knives together?
You tie 2 knives together, your ass be able to catch one with accuracy and hope it don't come back to you faster than you threw it.
No, you just gotta
I ain't no damn Avatar, dude. I ain't got no skills like that.
John Wick.
All right. Let me. Can I piggyback off that question real quick?
Go for it.
You said you could be locked and loaded in Chicago as if you have the concealed carry permit.
As long as you're in your vehicle.
As long as you're in the vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
As long as you're in your vehicle. So you are permitted in your state for concealed carry, not constitutional, not open. If you are permitted in your state for concealed carry and you're driving through our state, you be locked and loaded in your vehicle.
Gotcha.
Once you decide to get out, that gun has to stay
Now, is that
car.
your 6 states, or is that any state concealed carry?
I'm only. What do you mean? No, any state. Any state concealed carry.
Okay.
Yeah. So any state that has concealed carry, if you have concealed carry for that state and you're driving through Illinois, you can be locked and loaded as long as you stay in your car.
Now, what I also read, was it 2 to 3 weeks ago? So safe transport. So you have to be going from one state to another that you're allowed to carry in. So I go up to Iowa.
Flying or driving?
Driving through for safe transport. So if I'm going to have it, I have to be driving from like Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. I have to have it from one place that I'm allowed to carry to another place I'm allowed to carry. So if I'm going through it, then I can do that. Is that true, or that's just
It's malarkey. Again,
Yeah,
as long as you're
that's
licensed,
gonna be right.
yeah, as long as you're licensed, you're good.
okay?
It doesn't matter if you're traveling to another state. Like if you was visiting us, you can be locked and loaded in your car. Just leave that shit in your car when you get out. So
It just has to stay in your car.
So let me rephrase that. Let's say you was visiting us. All right. Either A, you can leave it in your car in a locked box or locked up in some way, shape, or form, or unload it and put it in your car somewhere. If you're getting out of it.
We coming up to your window.
Right. We'll come up to your window, have a conversation, and you just keep on driving. You can do a drive-by talking. But yeah, other than that, yes, as long as you don't get the car with it, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like,
So
for example,
you still have to separate the ammo from the pistol itself?
when?
No, I'm asking, do you still have to separate the ammo?
When I mentioned that, it was if you're getting out your car and you don't have a safe.
Right.
I was
So
saying
then you got to unload it and separate it.
Right. If you get out your car and you don't have a safe, make sure it's unloaded and separated.
Is this for only like states that have concealed carry, or like I go down through California a lot when I'm going like Arizona or Nevada or something like that?
No,
like,
you're screwed for California.
Yeah, don't. California is not the spot.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. I always go by what I know the rules there. Because I grew up there, I always unlock, separate, put them in different areas, lock them down. I don't mess around with it but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that.
But California sucks though. So California sucks on a grand scale. Like even right now, I'm saying California sucks as I'm trying to get my guard card so I can do security work in California.
Right.
No, I know. I grew up there. I'm not there anymore.
Yeah, and it totally blows because now some of the work I want to do requires me to be concealed carry in California. So now I'm trying to figure out a magical loophole.
Good
Well,
luck.
if all of this stuff goes through with all of the fighting that they're doing, they trying to get the NFA repealed and trying to do the stuff that they're doing with Benitez, it just went back up to the Ninth Circuit. So if they do get it, then they're already redoing the ban, the high capacity ban. They're already doing the suppressor, and they're already fighting to remove all of the restrictions out of Cali. And Benitez, I believe that's his name, Benitez, the judge, he's only given them, I think it's 31 days to come up with that argument and come back before his court. So they don't have a long time at all to get this stuff clear, because he wants them to come like in the next month. Go and look up. I know a lot of you guys watch The Armed Scholar.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah. So I just watched him yesterday.
Okay.
And that's where that comes from. Like Judge Benitez was like, since it's kicked back down here and y'all coming to see me, that's fine. Come with new arguments. You got 30 days.
Yeah.
So if that happens in the next month, then everything is going to be reversed. And if it does get reversed, then now goes the point of getting concealed license. Can you be, unless they do the bullshit that they did in New York. Oh, y'all can have license, but we're going to restrict everywhere you can breathe.
Just like
you know what I mean? So
not as restrictive, but
yeah. But everybody know, like she put it, how can you not carry on the subway when everything in New York you have to get to through the subway?
So here's the thing: most public transportation that is paid for, and I love how they put this. Most public transportation paid for by how they call it, government funding,
state,
aka yo tax dollars.
Yo tax dollars.
Yo tax dollars, because there's no such thing as government funding. So let's understand that right now. Let it be known, if you didn't know, before August 10th, 2112 on Central Standard Time, your money pays for everything that's where you can't do stuff. Your money pays for all of that. There's no such thing as government funds. There's no such thing as free college, because it's coming from people who already went to college, paid off their student loans, and now they're paying yours too.
Al Gore's rhythm. Yeah.
So
they have
when you look at that, that's literally how they do it. They say, hey, you can conceal carry, but you can't conceal carry on public transportation because it's paid for by government funds, which is paid for by you.
They have it switched. It's not government funding; it's funding the government for them to tell you where you can't carry.
Let me answer Timothy's question. The short answer is no. But what if I'm licensed to carry in Indiana concealed? Can I carry on me out of the vehicle? No, that's the same question.
Where?
Yeah, where are you licensed?
Asking for Illinois? Tim, are you asking for Illinois, or are you asking for other states?
Wait a minute. Hold on for a minute. Miss Rita, what's going on? Miss Rita, you said this dude is coming up right now. So no, he's a side dude. He's trying to say he's not. What are we talking about? You said something about needing some help. So what are we talking about here?
I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Hey, Miss Rita.
Miss Rita, what's going on?
Oh my God, I need your help, guys. Okay.
Put it out. Are you about to get attacked or something? Are we witnessing? Do you want to come on the panel? Hit the link. Drop your location. You said read all the comments. I'm trying to figure out. No, you got to. Oh, shit. God damn it. Hold on. Hell. Which was supposed to be training I paid for. For some reason, I can't get on the live to explain my stupid experience. Okay, you're on YouTube. So look at the very top of the chat. Okay? Look at the very top of the chat. It has a link that says StreamYard.com. Tap on that link. I'll let you in. It's no problem. Because I want to explain I want you to explain your experience.
Do you have enough spots open?
Yeah. We got spots. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I can
Sure.
put 10 people in the thing. So
I'm gonna turn off my camera mute for just a minute. You don't want to follow me.
you're good. Oh, okay. Todd's going to take a B. I'm just saying. All right. Oh my God. Yeah, just tap on the blue thing in the comments way at the top. I'll drop the link again.
So real quick, so Tim,
Sure.
you're asking if your license carrying in Indiana, are you able to carry outside your vehicle in Indiana? Is that what you're asking? Or are you asking can you carry out your vehicle in another state? Like, be specific, so that way we're not just throwing up an answer.
True. I'm thinking he's talking about Illinois.
Right, and I don't like answering something I don't truly understand.
That's true. Yeah, I just dropped the link again, Miss Rita. Just tap on it. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, I thought she was in trouble, boy.
See, Kevin came up.
I thought she was in trouble.
Kevin, you're not Miss Rita, are you?
No, I'm not Miss Rita.
All right. Okay. All right.
I want to say I
just started
appreciate
watching you tonight.
Allow me on the channel. And Mike, I'm the guy who called you at 6 Central or 7 Central time.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I just wanted to kind of kick this out here.
Sure.
I'm a prior Army veteran. I've done security at the highest level, PSD, that kind of stuff. You know, I think we tend to forget in our community is we have a warrior mentality. I put that in the comments. We have a warrior mentality, and with that comes a certain level of discipline. It comes a certain level of training. We know these are perishable skills. These are things that you have to repeatedly do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, so that it's like second nature, right? But when you're talking about, I don't want to say sheep because I think that could be taken, you know, in a bad way or a bad context. But when you're talking about your typical civilian who has not been in a paramilitary organization, has not done anything military, has not done anything to protect life or property, you know, but are scared or want to protect themselves, we need to be a little more open in the community, because we got to remember our community has a political repercussion, and that repercussion is right in front right now. We know we were talking about the what is the guy you were just saying, the armed scholar. I follow him too.
Yeah,
that dude, he's on point. You know, they're talking about taking our rights as a community. So I feel like sometimes we're not as inclusive because we do see stupid stuff. I was just on the range today, and I was instructing two guys that are new, and I saw, you know, there's a member range and then there's a public range, and I'm looking at the public range and I see all kinds of crazy, goofy stuff like what y'all talking about. But one thing that I try to do, if I can, is implement information. You know, that information is taken a little bit better, you know, when you have a different approach. And I'm not saying that you all have to listen to what I'm saying or feel that my approach is right, but, you know, people are really scared for their lives out here, and people really don't know what to do. So having said that, it's good to throw around the law. It's good that you know the law. It's good that you're an instructor. It's good that you have all this training, but you're dealing with people who do not carry that mentality. And one guy who was on here was talking about Jesus, and my mom is I don't like to call her religious. She's just a devout Christian. And Mike, you're getting ready to instruct her. She wants to know it full hand, but I think she is apprehensive because she doesn't want to break the law. And that's the mentality that these people have. These law-abiding citizens believe these laws are going to save them, when we know that the criminal on the criminal aspect, this is only going to affect people who follow the law and not people who don't follow the law. They're still going to get a gun. They're still going to run up and rob or shoot or kill or whatever the case may be. I mean, anybody, you know, I don't know how people feel about that, but that's that's the stance I try to take. That makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And here's this. I think they say that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Right.
And I think
Yep.
that we care a lot. We really, really care a lot. And there becomes this thing that we have to separate from that care, that some people just want to go through the motions just to get the piece of paper. They can get the card, and then those who are ready and willing to attend more trainings, attend the lives like what we've been doing here, those people are going to be the ones that's going to be invested in it. But other than that, everybody else isn't going to be invested in it until they get that tragic moment that motivates that change. They got to lose a cousin. They got to lose a mama. They got to damn near die in order for them to really take it seriously, because saying something 1,000 times is not the same thing as living it once. You mean they really believe they're going to be okay? And then let's not even go to the religious aspect that I'm covered by the blood of the Lamb.
Man, I'm anointed.
Right. Until you get covered by your own blood because you were acting like a lamb.
Right.
Ooh, I like that one. I'm about to use that one, Mike.
Right.
Right. That one fits.
That's it.
That one fits.
Right. Then you're going to have to find out God was trying to stop a tornado by the Pacific Ocean while you were being specifically targeted.
Right.
See what I did there? I'm just saying.
But look, I'm a devout Christian also, and I kind of teach from a Christian perspective, but I don't push or badger my religious beliefs on anyone. But when I do have one of those, God will protect me, and by all means, He will protect you if it's in His will. But I also let them know that Jesus walked with 12 disciples, and in one part of the Bible, He tells His disciples to sell your clothes to get a sword. And I just don't believe He told them to get a sword for desperation. Like, He knew that at that point that they were going to be under attack, and He was telling them, prepare to defend yourselves, which is not against any sin that I've read of in the Bible. So I let
also say,
hey, David was walking around with a slingshot. My slingshot just happened to be a Glock 17.
Facts. No, I agree. I completely agree. I've trained both my sisters. I purchased firearms for all of them. Ones that they're comfortable with and things like that. So I believe in that. The Bible even say it's a time for everything. It's time for war, time for peace. So, preparation is essential, but that preparation mindset was beaten to me when when I was in the military. You prepare for the worst, but you hope for the best. Right? And trying to drive that home, I think, is the key to making our community more inclusive. Because I got everything, bro. I look, when I tell you I'm a gun avid, I got a 300 blackout. I got a customized AR-47. I built. I got shotguns, revolvers, hammer fire, striker fire. I have everything. I'm about that. I'm about that life when it comes down to it. But I think that we need to really, find a way to reach those that aren't on that page, because the time is getting crucial where you're seeing kids kill kids in massive shootings. You're seeing people getting shot on the highway for cutting somebody off or making a mistake. And the only way,
You from Jackson, Mississippi too?
No, I'm from Chicago. I was born and raised in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Good.
I live in
It sounds real
Colorado.
familiar.
Yeah, no, I live in Colorado. My people from the SIP. I got people down there. But you know, my thing is that I'm on a mission where I'm trying to not only arm my people, but I'm trying to get them in that mindset that preparation is key. And the only way that you have key preparation is with repetition. Repetition equals perfection. You know, that same, that's why they call Black Mama, Michael Jordan. It's the same mindset. You know, all that other stuff we can sit and talk about. We can talk about laws and all that other stuff. But what are we doing to get these people on board with what we're doing? That's the key. That's the key to get. We need a mass of people to be on board with us.
Chrissy just dropped the link to Marquise's channel for Timothy. If you all are watching by YouTube, show Marquise some love. Show Marquise some love and go on over to P6. Hit that subscribe, hit that link, subscribe. We got to get, I want him to get we got to get his followers up, man. We got to get his subs up. Please do that because he offers great value. He's up, man. He's been extremely consistent behind the value that he brings to this channel. So I would be remiss if I did not mention that again. Y'all, she just dropped the link. Go on ahead and tap that if you don't mind. Go ahead, keep going, y'all.
So I dropped a saying because you guys have kept talking about it. So if you look at the Latin saying that I just put into the chat, that's literally the words, if you want peace, prepare for war.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
That's literally what's that translate. It's Latin translation. If you want peace, prepare for war. You can't be a person who lives a pacifist life but not be skilled in violence.
Exactly.
The most peaceful people are skilled in violence for a reason. Is because that is the option we can have. We can have the option to be peaceful because we're really skilled at violence. And in my personal opinion, the people who are mostly skilled at violence are some of the most peaceful people you will meet, other than criminals who understand that they need to be extremely skilled in violence to use it against people who are scared of violence. Think of it this way. A bully does what they fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want you to understand it. Listen to what I just said. A bully does what they fear. Whatever intimidation factor they use on people is the same intimidation factor they're scared of because that's what they think works on everybody. Until you meet a pit bull that's like, okay, you have teeth, so do I.
So do I, right.
But one of us sharpens our teeth on a regular basis while you've been gnawing on people who haven't been giving you any resistance.
Right.
That's right.
And that's literally how it works.
Right.
So when you're looking at, and again, I hear the talk about, religion and things like that. And me, myself, I'm not a religious person. I'm not. I believe that there is a higher being and that you just need to be a good person. That's what I believe. I can't believe in certain aspects because technically to represent the Ankh, but make the sign of the cross makes no sense to me because one of them is the religion of your oppressor. So you didn't know about Jesus until you became a slave. So I'm not a huge fan of celebrating the Bible and Jesus Christ. So you have to forgive me for that because it makes no sense to me to understand the religion of my oppressor versus the religion of understanding that being a good person is what it takes to make it to whatever the afterlife presents. All right. So forgive me on that. I'm just not that person. I'm not a religious person.
I'm just trying to go to Chuck E. Cheese when I'm done.
I don't believe in
I'm trying to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't believe in tithes and offerings. I don't believe in any of that because I can't stand a well-developed church in a bad neighborhood where the neighborhood is struggling, but the church is great. You got a mega church in the middle of the hood. I can't feel that. So that's just how I feel. But when it comes down to understanding being a good person who understands violence, that's what I'm with. If you understand being a good person first, then become skilled in violence, I'm with you 100%. I can back you up, and I understand where you're coming from. But if you want to understand violence to hurt people just because you have that ability, you're no more different than a common thug. And that's all it is. To be violent takes... Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just think, too, that you also have to take into accountability fight and flight. You know, most people, because I've met some people who have taken up the oath and, you know, to protect or to secure, or whatever you want to call it, and still be fighters. But we have to look at fight and fight. And most of the people here are not confrontation, are non-confrontation, they're fighters. They'd rather veer away from confrontation rather than engage it. And I think that even though that may be your first response, with training, with, you know, consistently being in an environment where you're dealing with people who can deal with confrontation, that can push you over to the next level. Because I remember hearing somebody talk about the psychological aspect of, you know, an abused person with their abuser. That psychology works too when it talks about engaging confrontation. If somebody runs up on me with a pistol or something like that, as if you close enough, first thing I'm gonna do is take out my knife. I keep a knife with me all the time, right? Because close enough, a knife, before you draw that pistol, I'm already at you. But that's a mindset I have. That's a mindset to engage if somebody comes my way. But most people, if they come that way, they want to run. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so now let's take your statement. I'm gonna challenge you on this. So the first thing you'll take out is your knife, correct?
I just give an example, but if you
okay, because that sounded concrete. That's why I'm like, let's be careful of that.
No. I tell you what, if you're a meter, you 3 feet within me, and I see you getting ready to pull, yeah, I'm gonna pull my knife out. If you a certain distance, then yeah, I'm gonna look for cover and engage with my firearm.
Right. I'm just thinking, like, why not a quick little eye gouge, punch to the face, or something else? But I mean, a knife works, and that's the reason I was asking, because, like, for me, I never give an absolute on what I'm gonna do based on anything, only because the knife or the gun is never my first. It's literally based on situation. So proximity is the number one thing, but for me, this is the tool of all tools right here. I have literally talked my way out of many situations.
I agree. Oh, come on, man. I mean, you're not talking to somebody. I'm about to say, you're not talking to somebody who has not, you know. I mean,
I feel you, brother, but you went violent.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. I was merely giving an example of, if confrontation comes somebody's way with a serious threat, most people are going to run away from it versus engage it. I just use
Rita's here.
The example.
I'm here. I got it. Sorry, I have bronchitis right now, so excuse my voice. Oh, everybody's silent now?
What? No,
we're waiting for you.
We're trying to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I was just trying to. Sorry, it took me some time to get through. I'm sorry. Like I said, I have bronchitis right now, so my voice is like really sketchy. But I want to continue on with the conversation you guys were having. And I want to get my
just do a quick audio
because
check.
a lot of it
Can you guys
I
hear
had
me?
experiences on.
Yeah, Kevin.
Huh?
Okay, Miss Rita, thought you said you had a situation you wanted to tell us about.
Well, there's been several situations. Like, okay, my kids are grown now. My oldest is 27. My twins are 24. I've been a bunch of situations where my twins didn't even deal with their father. It was a whole lot. However, my kids, I've been blessed because my kids I've learned a lot from the shit I didn't do, from the stuff that they learned. Okay? So it's not always about men. It's not always about what they did. Nothing. That's without. This society, this day and age is different. I'm gonna say different because again, I grew with my grandma, my grandpa, my aunties, my uncles, family. But my kids didn't grow up with that. They grew up with whatever niggas I was dating. And that was my bad. Now I'm 48 years old and they had to deal with that. However, they learned some from me to be able to go and do what it do. My oldest son, he's been married for 8 years. Got my granddaughter and his wife. My 24-year-olds, yeah, they moved out my house finally. But they don't like the issues that I had in relationships and all that. They did not have that. They didn't have what. There's a lot. I don't know. This is my first time even getting on your live or getting into your page. So I don't know everything you talk about or everything, you promote or whatever. But I just know that these has drawn me to the page. And so that's why I was fighting to get onto it.
Well, we're glad to have you. Yeah.
I've been sick all freaking week. Today was the only day I went to the office because I had some stuff to do that I couldn't do at home. But they told me, go home and don't come back to Monday. And that's what I'm going to do. However, I still need to stimulate my mind and, just get out there with it. So here's the thing. Okay, see, here's my whole thing right now. I have a dog. I have 2 dogs. That ain't mine. That I gotta take care of. Come on, go in your cage. No.
Okay, let me.
There.
All right.
Mike, what are the requirements there in Illinois?
What do you mean the requirements?
What are your time requirements in Illinois? Because it used to be 12 hours in Ohio, then it went down to 8.
Ours is 16.
Okay. It's really. I was having a lot of trouble there, Mike, with my audio. It wouldn't come through. Then I couldn't hear you guys. It was crazy.
Yeah, so we lost the signal, Miss Rita. I don't know if it was bad reception or whatnot, but I do want to say thank you for your comments and thank you for watching the live and stuff like that. I get what you're saying, Kevin. I see what you said in your comments, but we want to welcome anyone who wants to come here and has something to offer, but we just have to make sure that we stay on topic or at least closely related to the topic. And if you go off topic, tie it back in so that we can make sense of it. And sometimes on StreamYard, we do have signal interference. And, we want to make sure that we keep things going in a time constraints that we do have. But we do want to thank you for being here. Here we go. Potential mass shooter in Chicago. Well, we can talk about mass shootings all the time, but let's find out.
They've turned everything into a mass shooting.
You said what again?
they pretty much turned everything into a mass shooting if it's more than one person.
Yeah,
Including gang violence is now
Gang
considered.
violence, exactly.
yeah.
Was this today?
Yeah, they're saying anything over 3 people.
Yeah.
Anything over 3 people involved, not involved. Anything more than 3 people shot is now considered a mass shooting.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, here's in Chicago where a man fired shots into a Chicago park, and police notes. It had police notes about mass shootings. Here we go, and then we'll talk.
I think of Columbine, and I think of all the other mass shootings that we hear about nationwide, and this hits home.
And a Woodridge man is arrested in Englewood with 5 loaded guns, over 1,000 rounds of ammunition, and some disturbing handwritten notes about mass shootings. Thank you for joining us on Good Friday evening. I'm Anthony Ponce.
And I'm Tia Ewing. Corey and Dawn have the night off. Chicago police intercepting that man early yesterday morning after they say he fired a shotgun right into a park. Casey Cronus is live with more details. Casey?
Tia and Anthony, that 29-year-old man was arrested and now faces 5 felony counts of aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. Police say they also found a hatchet and pruning saw in his vehicle, and based on their discoveries, alerted the FBI.
Know that this could have been us. It devastates me.
Chicago police officers were responding to a shot spotter alert in Moran Park around 3:30 Thursday morning when they found 29-year-old Alexander Podgorny in his minivan. Arrest records show in his pocket, Podgorny had a loaded semi-automatic handgun. In his car, 4 other guns were recovered, including a shotgun and an AR-15. All of those firearms were readily accessible and ready to be fired, according to court documents. Plus, police say they found at least 300 spent shell casings, over 1,000 rounds of ammunition, and perhaps most disturbing, handwritten notes that, quote, contained incoherent rants and references to mass shooting events.
All I could do was be grateful that no one was shot, that none of our children, that I'm not calling their parents or visiting their homes because they are no longer with us.
Alderman Stephanie Coleman of Chicago's 16th Ward credits shot spotter technology and officers' quick actions.
They were able to find this person that could have done a heinous act.
According to his Facebook page, he went to U of I. Police say he currently lives in Woodridge. No one answered at Podgorny's listed address, and requests for a statement from his father, who is an attorney, went unreturned. Bail was set at $300,000 cash. Podgorny, who police say does not have a prior criminal record, is due back in court next week. Live from CPD headquarters, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right.
Welcome back, bitch. So, quick question.
Yeah.
I thought he shot in the air. He never shot anybody.
No. What's the freak out about when Englewood is high on the list for mass shootings?
Because he's white.
Of course.
Then they caught him.
I know.
Right. They white and they caught him. Because, and here's the thing, and I have to ask, number one, and I guess maybe it was ill reporting, but I could have sworn it was he shot in the air, someone came arrested him. He never shot at anybody. So is that not
But
true?
they said that he shot into a park. At the beginning of the video, I thought they said he shot into a park.
It could have been an
so
early
he shot
report.
into
too.
a park with people and no one got hit
When did this happen?
last week.
Yeah, so that might have been an early report. Maybe we've now found out that it was in the air. I don't know. I didn't get the news. I don't watch much news. But
Right.
maybe
So
it was
this
an
is
early
what I'm
report.
stuck at. We're reporting about a person who, in my opinion, was probably looking for a suicide by cop.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Because I'm not the smartest man in the world, but you said they found, they said they found 300 spent shells. He had a shotgun, but there was no casualties.
So they're upset that the system works.
Oh, why did he do that?
Because I put it in the wrong hole the wrong way.
Listen, man, if you don't close them doors, when you open up them doors, we trying to be nice.
Oh, no. Phil, I'm not denying that you can't shoot in the air. Everyone knows you can't shoot in the air. I mean, that's common law.
Common sense.
No. I won't say common sense. The reason why I never use common sense because common sense means we both have common knowledge on the subject matter. So I don't use common sense. But I'm going to say it's common law that you don't shoot in the air. But I know that's against the law. That's why I said it was more like he was trying to do a suicide by cop than he was a mass shooting.
Yeah.
Because if you got a shotgun and a bunch of pistols for whatever ungodly reason, and for some reason you in a park and no one got hit, either you the worst mass shooter in the earth, EARF, or you was there for a different reason that people aren't going to acknowledge, which was mentally you not stable and you was waiting to get suicide by cop.
Yeah, I'm thinking suicide by cop, and also the lady seemed that she was upset that the system worked, that it alerted people to come arrest the guy.
Right, and that's what we have in Chicago. We have a thing called Shot Spotter, which if it detects a noise of roughly about a decibel or more than a firecracker, it alerts people and let people know.
Okay. Yeah.
But again,
Cleveland's got that too, but they call it something else.
Yeah. But it's only in places like where it's needed.
Where shots are fired.
Right.
Yeah.
It needs to be in more places, but that costs money, and God forbid if you spend money on stuff that can stop crime versus paying for more IRS agents.
Oh yeah.
You topic go off all day where I'm from.
Different topic.
That thing wouldn't rest.
Yeah. In Michigan, we have that here in Detroit too, but it's mostly for downtown and the surrounding areas. You know how they like to cover their areas, and then everywhere else is, free
They
for
cover areas where they make money.
Right.
Well, hell, they got them in places where they can make money now. They're in the bad neighborhoods, but no one's gonna come do nothing.
Right.
And again, this is why I'm kind of on that right type scenario. Chicago don't have a very fast response time. So if you look at the fact
Nobody does.
No.
Here, let me break this to you right now. Cleveland had 1,200 officers about last year. They're in the throes of about maybe 300 to 350 now. They're leaving in droves. I mean, they're taking a drop program. They're getting out, going to other departments. They just got totally put on blast, and they're all leaving. So there's really no cops here in Cleveland. Literally, you're on your own.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty pitiful. And everybody and their brother wants a gun. And you don't want to train.
But yeah, and it's so easy to get a gun nowadays illegally.
Oh yeah.
I put that pause in there on purpose. It's easy to get a gun illegally.
Yeah.
The laws that people keep trying to pass ain't got nothing to do with illegal guns. And that's the part that pisses a lot of us off. It has nothing to do with illegal guns. And I'm like, you keep trying to pass all these laws where you're talking about the ability to sue a gun company because a gun was used. Really? Really? So when can I start suing car companies for drunk drivers? When can I start suing knife companies for stabbings?
Right.
When can I start suing people who, I don't know, like the city, whenever a parent who don't want to be a parent no more throws their kid inside the water?
So when can I sue
the bridge maker for having that bridge over water so that parent can throw that child over the water?
I'm gonna sue the grocery store because I get fat for eating.
Oh, definitely. These forks are evil, dude. You never notice how these forks just pick themselves up and go inside your mouth and feed you food, and then all of a sudden the fork makes you chew after it comes out. I mean, dude.
That's my excuse. That's my excuse.
But that goes back to what I said earlier. I'm like, look at our society where everything is someone else's fault because we ourselves don't know how to cope with shit or take responsibility.
No responsibility. Everybody's a victim of someone else.
Yeah, it's easy to always blame someone else. Like, I don't know, like gas prices.
Can I ask a question? How many people carry a gun that's not ready to use? Like, I just get tired of when they cover certain stories. They're like, "Oh, he had a gun that
Hey,
was
fumbling
locked
with
and
it.
loaded and ready to use," as if like, "Oh, he had a car and he had the keys in the ignition."
Gotcha.
He stole my car. I left the keys in it. Like, oh, that's what happened? They stole your car that you left the keys in.
Right.
That's giveaway. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And
I think so.
okay.
I think right now you're seeing these buzzwords: assault, high powered, rifle. These are buzzwords. They're trying to get past that legislation that's supposed to go to the Senate pretty soon.
You know what buzzword that really drives me nuts? The word narrative.
Yeah.
It's so overused, it drives me crazy. But I want to circle around back to something that we were talking about earlier, is the protection orders, especially in Cleveland. If you got 300-400 cops, you don't have a protection order.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to
It's
get
like
there.
that here in Denver. Denver's response time. Like if you get robbed, if you get a rob or something like that, if it's a non-violent act, or even if something violent happens, the response time, you literally will sit on hold for 5 to 6 minutes. I had a buddy of mine recently. He was beating his wife and was about to commit suicide, and he was holed up in his house. They had to get the SWAT team to get him out, and I had to call 4 times to get somebody on the line to transfer me to the county. And Aurora police here, where there's an Aurora, Colorado here, they've just laxed all of their requirements to fill the slots because the police are leaving so much.
Right, yeah, exactly. Now, our average police officers here get somewhere between $15 and $18 an hour, at best.
Yes.
At best. It's like somewhere between 16 and 18. And the issue here is you get in a situation where you're robbed, beaten, whatever. As long as you're not dead, you're going to get a next day response. Almost. It's like 4 or 5 hours.
You can drive down these streets right now and barely see a patrol car on traffic duty. I mean, people are driving literally 70 miles an hour in 35 mile zone. There's no police there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the criminals know it. They know, and Cleveland doesn't have a chase policy. If they go 3 or 4 houses after turn the lights on, they shut down the chase at all. There's no chase. There's no nothing, and they know it. But then we have a city like next to us that's called Parma, Ohio. They will chase the crap out of you, and no one messes around over there.
And we changed that. We no longer chase unless it's what's the new rule right now, Mike? Chicago can't chase unless it's life or death.
Yeah, life or death. Yeah.
Yep. It's gotta be life or death. Even if it's a felony, still no chasey.
Yeah.
Well, the city that's over from us will chase for anything. And they have a pursuit policy that they will chase you for anything.
So some cops are leaving to go to better states, Mo, but some cops are just leaving because there's no support in any of the law enforcement agencies nowadays. So it's like, yeah. And a lot of them, and I gotta give them credit, and my hat goes off to them. You're no longer supporting the Constitution the way your oth is not the same for a lot of law enforcement.
Did you see Governor? Oh, go ahead. I was saying, did you see Governor DeSantis put that state's attorney for not honoring the oath? Oh, wow.
Yeah, and and if you think about that, that's what's real. If you work for a government agency, whether it be local or federal, there's an oath. You know, you're literally talking about supporting and defending. Why?
Put it in the wrong way.
Hey, you're not sticking your tongue out like before.
In fairness, I'm not.
So
Look, now we
fellas, let
worried.
me
Like, wait a
listen to
minute.
you. You have to do it the right way to get a response, and to get the right response.
You got to put something in it that has enough veins.
Shit.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
You never know. You might be using both hands to defend yourself.
Yeah.
He said the safe's not working. The safe works. I'm just playing around.
So stop that. You're doing a bad promotion right now. You can't show the product not working.
Hold
I
on.
was to say.
Max safe when the finger is in you. You know what? That's messed up.
That's true.
So wrong. That's
If y'all don't stop. If y'all don't stop. Mike, put it down. Mike, put it down.
Hold on.
Why does Mike have an obsession with a box that he can stick a finger in?
You know what I'm about to do to you, right?
Mike, you know you have an obsession with that box that you can stick a finger in.
Fair enough.
You've convinced us all we need to go buy one. Thank
No,
you,
you
sir.
did not.
It's
If you
the
don't put
only
it in the
thing
right
you
way,
can-
if you
it's
don't
the
put it
only
in the
thing
right
you
way,
can
it don't open
finger
up.
without permission and still get access. MaxSafes.com. Oh my God! I'm gonna say this shit.
What?
So do you guys over there, do you teach a constitutional carry class?
No.
No, we don't have constitutional
Yeah,
carry.
we don't have it, so we don't teach it.
You don't teach it. Okay.
You all
I
teaching
mean,
these
hell, nothing to teach nowadays. when
you
it
all
comes
teaching
to
in tactical
constitutional.
classes?
Say again.
Do you have any tactical classes you
Oh
all
Lord,
shoot?
can I take that?
CQB?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I take that?
Go ahead.
All right, so Kevin, yes, we teach tactical classes. So that
Nice.
means that any class I teach is now extra $200 because you want to call it tactical.
That is
So
so
for
true.
me, so you new to me, so I'm gonna break that down to you. I hate
Okay,
the
go
word
ahead.
tactical because every class you take is a class. There's no real such thing as tactical. It's just literally someone made it a fancy word, painted black, and charge you extra $200. That's all tactical means. That's really all it means, man. But no, we have classes like defensive classes, yes.
You're still open.
Everything that we teach here in Cleveland, it's purposeful. That's it. We don't call it tactical anything.
Right. So I have defensive and covert classes.
Right.
So for example, covert carry classes are involving you literally carrying either a handgun on your body in concealment, or you have an AR pistol, AK pistol, or a PDW that you carry inside of a backpack, a sling bag, or whatever else. So yeah, I teach those type of classes.
Okay.
Yeah, we do too.
But yeah, I'm sorry I had to torment you because you used the word tactical, and I'm like, I hate that word so much.
I'm not a big fan of how the word is thrown around, but
Yeah,
you gotta remember I'm a 10-year vet, so
I am
you know.
also a vet. And because I'm a vet, I hate the word tactical because for me, when I was serving, tactic or tact meant to go inside of a place and not make new enemies while looking for the enemy I'm supposed to have. That's why I don't like the word tactical, because I'm like, well, what does that mean? So for me, I always ask, what does that mean to you? You know, it's almost like, for example, whenever we teach classes and we talk about the 4 safety rules, all right? A lot of people ask their students what the 4 safety rules are, but I'm like, well, okay, what are they to you? What are those 4 safety rules to you? Because like one of the safety rules that I hate using and I don't use it is treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Mike has been in my class. Hold on, Mike is that way. Nope, he's that way.
No, he's
Mike
that
has
way.
been in my class. I hate the words treat every firearm as if it were loaded. It's the stupidest term to me because if you look at the next 2 rules, which is keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire, and keep it pointing in safe direction until you're ready to fire. Those 2 things mean I'm doing what?
You're handling a loaded firearm.
Yep.
So it's an asinine thing to me. So that's the reason why I say we talk about stuff, and I have to ask when people say something like, okay, what does that mean to you? That's why I don't use the word common sense.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because common sense means we have common knowledge on a same subject matter we're speaking about.
And we don't, right?
And a lot of us we don't, because we believe and see things differently.
Right.
I can literally say, what does treat every weapon as if you're loaded mean? And I'm gonna get 5 different answers right now.
Yep.
But we all have the same common knowledge on firearm safety, don't we?
Right.
But we only get 5 different answers. The reason why is because perspective changes how people say and see things.
Right.
Okay.
That's why I ask my students, what does that mean to you? Because there's no wrong answer.
Like the word tactical, you were talking about that. I always tell my students that tactical means tactical for prosecutors. For prosecutors. If you start talking like that and you use that in your social media and you use it in your vernacular, they will eat you up with it in Ohio.
Yep.
I'm saying that.
And that's all it is. And you know, when you look at like even Dave, he's making jokes, but he's right. Tactical is just an accessory market. It's the best way I can get more money out of anybody. Think about it. You got a rifle. Well, to be tactical, you need a flashlight on it.
Max Tactical Safes. Finger it.
How about the fact that you're going to see in the dark?
Right.
You know what? You're not doing a good promo for this, man. You killing me.
I might say,
right
but you need to put. That's why I didn't take that from Mike.
Right. And you still got to figure out how to silence it. I told you, man. I was like,
you give
you
Mike a
still made a
box.
sound when you opened it.
Yes, you give Mike a box, then he can stick his finger in. He wants to make it make noise.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that. I don't want nobody to know what's happening. They hear that
Right,
open up.
exactly.
I'll just, yeah.
Right.
I want them to start singing "Try Jesus." Like, can I put a ringtone on that? Like, as soon as it opens up, try Jesus.
Do any of your classes include a self-defense element, like physical self-defense, other than firearm self-defense?
I teach knife courses that involve self-defense.
Okay.
Yeah, I love knife courses because technically I was born a child of the blade. I learned guns later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to cut you up and fillet you in every way, shape, or form, and then let your mama try to identify the body parts.
I came up that way with Filipino martial arts, so
yeah.
Okay, so you FMA.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I lived in the Philippines for a couple of years. So Penjat Salat and Salad with Butterfly. I learned a little bit back then, and then coming back here and working and doing, it's been more MMA for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Up close and
I love
personal.
Filipino food, so I don't know.
That too.
Yeah.
I worked with Danny Nasano for a little while in California. It was fun. But I don't want to do any of that MMA stuff because at my age, I don't want to have any more whoopings that I need. When you get
we trained the fight team. I just didn't fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I look a little bit young, but I just turned 50 in January. So I'm not getting in the ring with nobody.
Yeah, I'm 56.
You come within arm's reach.
Exactly. If I have to, and I try not to.
I'm going to talk you out of it.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Walk them out, talk them out. Yeah.
I talk people out of stuff. I still have a record for one of the highest tabs at a bar I worked at for $105 for buying shots for 7 guys who I didn't want to hurt.
Mm.
Yep. $105 is the best $105 I ever spent because no one got hurt.
Yeah.
7 shots of Hennessy.
Wow.
Yeah, for me, it's like walk them out, talk them out. You know what I mean? Either walk away or talk your way out of it.
Yeah.
That's the best they can pick was
Hennessy. The best fight you can ever have is the one that doesn't happen.
Hold on, what'd you say, Kevin?
I said that's the best they could pick was Hennessy.
That's all they was gonna get was Hennessy. What the hell you
He bought him a shot just to leave. That's what it was.
This is in my younger years when everybody wanted shots of Hennessy, sir. This ain't my older years. In my older years, I'm not working in no more bars. I train people to work at bars. Would you put that damn thing away? Put your ass in timeout.
Would you say that?
No, I was telling him to put that damn safe away. He keeps playing with the damn safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I train people to actually deal with those situations now.
Right.
This dude is
I
not.
might need to go there to. What you say? You from Michigan? And sit in on some of them classes, man.
Yeah, I'm in Illinois. The gentleman to my over there.
Yeah, to the over there part.
Yeah, he's in Michigan.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm in Ohio.
Damn it.
And he's in
Ohio.
He's in Ohio.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in Michigan.
Right.
So, hey, Mike, if we put a couple of gallons of gas together.
Finger without permission, MaxSaves.com.
This dude.
Hey, Mike. Me and Mike, one of my other instructors said
It's the only safe where if you finger it wrong, it will tell you no.
Oh God.
This guy.
You gotta
way
hit
too
the
sober for
G
this shit.
spot, man.
Hold on.
What the fuck we walk up on, dog?
You work with a little spit on it, huh?
Oh.
Well, like I was saying, me and one of my other instructors, he's like, we should put a couple of gallons of gas together and go out to Illinois and see what you guys are doing out there.
You should have came during the summertime. We could go outside and play. you come after September, boy. You finna be over here cold weather training.
Oh, we know about cold weather training around here too. But the problem with us is we have hardly any ranges that are outdoor ranges that we can get to that are not actual gun clubs that you can't get into unless you got some money. It's tough in Ohio.
I'm sorry.
So
he finds to play with his fingers with. So
we had a great show.
He's serious. Really, Philip?
Do you have any final words?
Oh,
MaxSafes.com, the only safe you can finger without permission, it'll open for you. But if you do it wrong,
no. Technically, you're getting permission because you have to actually give it your fingerprint. I mean, your vein.
Yeah, give it your vein, Mike.
Yeah. Technically, you have to. The vein has to agree with the machine.
Dave, this is weekly, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Unless I'm on a date.
Unless he's on a date with the safe.
You remember when? Hey, I'm gonna quote Family Guy. You remember when Peter took the fucking poster cutout? Did y'all watch Family Guy? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Long time ago.
He took the poster cutout with him everywhere, and Lois was mad. I'm sorry. All right.
That's what I was thinking. That we're gonna have pictures of you everywhere in Illinois with that safe.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, does it have a piece that you can drill down and put that inside of a vehicle?
Yes. It's holes underneath. You can drill it from the back. I mean,
inside.
Yep. You could drill this and then mount it. Ho! Listen. And hold on. MaxSafes.com.
Cut it out. Look. Gotta lick it first. Is that what it is? You just.
That is it. That is. All of a sudden, every man has to say, "You never give me any. I don't have to ask." Ah!
Oh no! Oh no!
That's fucked up.
Why is Knuckles so strong? Hey, he's strong as hell, boy.
You should have seen him earlier. He was doing that and sticking his tongue out.
Max safes. The only safes you need to play soft music to get it open.
That is crazy.
Hey, gentlemen, honestly, I want to say thank you for having me on. Mike, I'm going to get with you.
Yeah.
And I hope I was able to contribute something. But I want to thank each and every one of you. And Mike, I want you to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, bro, because it's needed, it's necessary. And I've been following you, and I appreciate what you're doing out here.
Outstanding. All right. Final thoughts, guys, before we wrap it up. Well, we're kind of wrapping it up anyway. Just get your ass.
You should have wrapped that finger up. But anyway.
She said not now.
No. Got denied.
You got to whisper to it.
But I do want to talk. I do want to talk to you about something, Mike, off of here in regards to some training.
All right, outstanding.
So, final thoughts, real quick, guys. Just so you know, I'm having a defensive rifle course this Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, it's 300 rounds, and it's a whole bunch of get some. If you're interested, send me an email, send me an email, or message me on Facebook to send you an email about sending you information about the class. It's this Saturday, though.
It's too soon for me.
Too soon for me. I got everything lined up.
Marquise, you got 104 now. You can go. Remember how you was trying to get to 100 so you can go live?
Dude, Instagram on some BS. Not Instagram. Damn it.
YouTube.
Whatever. YouTube. They on some BS because technically
you gotta get
it said 50.
You said
it said 50 subscribers to go live.
But you got 104 now.
Exactly. And I couldn't go live after 50.
Oh, well, last I remember it's 100, so you should be good now.
All right, so it's 100.
We got to
check right now.
Got to make that shit rock. Y'all do me a favor. You said you have to have 1K. No, they changed that.
1K.
No, that's what it used to be. You used to have to have 1,000 subscribers.
You don't have to have
before
1,000.
you can go live.
I go live on my other page, and I only got my other page doesn't have that many.
I didn't even have a page. I just started one.
I'm live on Family Matters with Instructor Mike. I'm live on there too, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers over there. It says you can't. Fuck. All right. Well, we're gonna keep on pushing because we got to get him to that because obviously you all can see what kind of value he brings.
Right.
That's an understatement. That's an understatement. So we got to make that.
So what's his page?
We got to make that happen.
Which one? You talk about it for the Tube of You or the Book of Faces?
And subscribe.
No, the Tube of You for him.
Tube of You? I can't add links because I'm restricted because I'm black. So,
speaking of black hole, no, okay. All right.
This guy.
This guy right here, man.
Oh my God, Jesse!
Hey, fellas, I'm about to go ahead and cut out, man.
We cutting out too.
Night. I'm at work. But it's been a pleasure, man. Enjoyed all y'all. Hope to see y'all next week, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Mike, I was just trying to hit you up earlier about those books because I tutor at a literacy program. What I was talking about earlier for the GED and all that stuff. So I was wondering if I could get some of those books. I want to talk to you about that and maybe put some of those in there.
Outstanding. We can make that happen.
Yeah.
You got a pen. You remember this 773-644-5000. You can hit me up there.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. That's my trap phone.
Hey, hold on. Say it again a little bit slower.
773-644 ouch 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right, I'll hit you up there.
Hit me up there.
All right, cool.
It's my trap phone. I drop it when I'm running from the police, and I come back and pick it up because it feels not valuable. It's an Obama phone. Oh, look! All right, we're out. All right.
All right. Thanks for having me up here. I appreciate it.
All right, peace. What's going on there? This is Chicago Precision Service Survival. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Friends here. Y'all,
because you have to understand that self-defense is a serious business. We do military courses, advanced courses. Make the difference.
One of the tactics that would increase or decrease
in the two-way community.
All right, y'all introduce this. Johnny A.
already know what it is. We do the
I saw that, and I mean, I've done my share. I'm about to put yours up here too. Ooh, look at this. My comment is, I want stadium